me. Ik Fraubo. Good evening, everyone. We're going to watch the semifinals of Classic Tournament for World Cup 2021. I'm Francesco Grassi, and my co-commentators will be today Failet Pixel and Frabo. I guess Frabo.
Yes.
Hello, also from me. And may I want comment?
And I don't think he will like to talk. He usually don't do that so much. Ok, can we just... Ok, Alessio, per caso dovrei mettere lo stream, sai come dovrei condividere lo schermo? Ok. Ok.
What are we doing tonight? Multicasting or?
Yeah, today is multicast. Is multicast time.
Okay.
So I'm streaming Group A, and EMEA is streaming Group B.
But are you also streaming on Twitch?
No, I'm not streaming on Twitch. I'm just streaming here to allow Alessio to make multicast.
EMEA will also switch the comments, the screen.
EMEA is going to stream on PCM IMA Twitch, if I'm not wrong.
He will switch also the two screen or not?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, let's talk about actually some specific things about World Cup. We're now in semi-final, and we have a hypothetical semi-finalist who couldn't play at the end, who is Failet Pixel, and I'm gonna ask him how the tournament is gone until now.
Oh, well, it went pretty well. In the first round, I almost went out and won the last one like with 1 centimeter. So I got in the next one eventually while we are starting in Group B. And yes, it went pretty well. And now my computer's broke, so I can't play. But I'm really looking forward to see some nice action today.
Aspetta, in che senso non si vede un cazzo che sto streamando?
No, si vede, si vede.
In che senso non si vede in che senso non si vede il mio cazzo? È normale che non si vede il mio cazzo, ma che vuol dire? Fra, ma è impossibile, si vede.
Io lo sto vedendo.
Non saprei dirti, aspetta.
Si stava vedendo, non c'è.
Fammelo ripartire. Ok, how is it now?
Can we stop the pizza speaking? Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, hi Sean.
Hello.
Ale, si vede adesso?
Prima si vedeva, adesso non più.
Adesso invece Alessio lo vede, incredibile. So tonight we're gonna be a lot of people, it seems. Frabo has gone wild. Okay, he has come back. Okay, let's talk about the route of this round, the semi-final round. And as a first race, we will have some couple, and couples are usually not the good news. So we will have Omlop at Newsblad, with classic finish of last year's with Grammont and Bosberg. And then I'm going to check actually the route because I don't remember the other two.
Then we have GP in Duran and Otzaler. Otzaler, always a very interesting race.
Yeah, Otzaler with 6 players can actually turn out as an interesting race.
Yes.
Also because non aprire più. Okay, so sorry for the interruption. I had some family communication to do. Last time we saw Otsaler, it was back to Champions League times, so some 2 weeks
Yes.
ago. And it turned out to be a sprint, but after another race, because actually there are some very long climbs, and so it's there is a lot of terrain to make differences. And then we will have GP Miguel Indurain, which is the second classic of the day, and it's a good appointment for punchers because the finish is on a small hill. Actually, so I guess it will be a sprint between.
Francesco,
Luis?
I'm being told that we have some technical difficulties with your feed.
Oh, now it's okay. No.
I still can't see it.
In the meantime, do we start the racing in Group B? So we're starting the racing
Yes,
in the
we
Group B.
start, and we're going to follow that right now.
Yes.
So this is the group with Leo, Nathan, I believe, Swagson.
Swagson, yes. It's a pretty strong group. I feel like it's stronger than Group A. I don't want to trash talk, but I feel like it's a bit stronger with, for example, Leo, Swagson, and it's. I think it's pretty strong.
We have a first break trying to establish already more than 40 seconds, 50, around that.
And 14 minutes to break. We are watching Tutur with his riders in the break, but
yes, let's see, because it's like it's 18 people right now.
yeah, now there are equal riders both in peloton and in breakaway. So let's see what happens.
Yes, and everyone has free.
Now, as everyone has
if we could see, instead of seeing your riders that are very decisive, yes, can we see who do they have on the break?
There is an attacking one.
Another break behind. I guess someone has attacked with his leader.
Oh, and it's Swagson and it's Leo and Kingmaker trying to follow, but
now they're closing in.
They're all gonna close it, and everyone's gonna be back together in A1.
There is wine actually in this race.
27,
and right now it's a little bit crosswind. Should make for an interesting stage. Let's see how it evolves.
But unfortunately, Chinese.
We're starting in Group B, in Group A2.
All right, we will go back to A when something imminent happens.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, welcome to everyone that is in the chat. Thank you for watching. As you know, we are watching PCM World Championships. The PCM World Championships 2021 are brought to you by Cyanide and Nakon, hosted by the IMA and organized by the lovely PCM Norwich. Thank you for being here.
Io sto col gruppo, in realtà sto col gruppo A, non col gruppo B. So we still have to start in Group A because Raul, the last one to join, has joined now. So we're about to start. We're starting now. Also, we have wind also in Group A, actually. So let's see what turns out of this race. Okay, what's going on? What's going on in Group B?
Right now, still two groups separated, the same breakaway.
Who is in the break?
Everyone.
Everyone has 3 men, and the leaders group are still over a minute behind. We're trying to see who everyone has.
In the meantime, the first breakaway is forming in Group A, and Flynn has 3 men. Basically, almost everyone ahead. We can see Flynn, Raul is here, Yanu too, Tuanu, and Shadow. Shadow has put 4 men into the breakaway, actually.
As in Group B, there's a gap of 130, so not too big for now. I don't know who's relaying in the peloton, or in A1 actually. I don't know. Maybe you can show who's doing some pace there behind.
Now Blackboard is attacking again. So let's see if he can join. Whereas
There is someone with the 77, 76 in Cobble in front.
Tuanu 7 sprinter. Blackboard is 82 and is 77. Flynn is 77 sprinter. And
Also the 76.
Shadow has 2. In fact, he has Yanu is 77 sprinter and is 82 hill man. Raul has 77 sprinter and 82 hill. So it's a pretty strong break actually.
Yeah, let me see who is the 76.
Behind Yanu and Tuanu got clear of the peloton, and now they gained almost a minute. And now let's see who is going to relay behind.
All right, guys. Now we're gonna turn our attention back to B, where Pixel will be staying and calling us if something happens. Rossi and I will be. Rusty will be staying on A, and I will be doing the transitions where needed. So right now on Group B, we have a 115 difference. Still the two same breaks as it was before. What's going on in the other group?
Okay, in this other group, Group A, we have a break with the Shadow and with Tuanu and Yanu ahead with their full team, and behind there is Flynn who is trying to bridge the gap, but they have 40 seconds of advantage. Now behind is closing because Cavendish, so the 82 sprinter for Flynn, is doing a great work in order to bridge the gap, and but for the moment the gap stays, and in this turn gap is
close.
Yeah, and Tuanu has gotten clear again with his full team.
Okay,
trying to
we have the action on that group, so we will be moving our stream to that group now.
Yeah. He's already in Group A.
All right. I'm still struggling a bit with your feed, Grassy.
Yeah, sorry?
I'm still struggling a bit with your feed.
I'm struggling, why?
Yeah, it sometimes just stops. I get a black screen from time to time. If you could restart, maybe.
I guess.
Okay, it's working now. Oh, and it stopped again. There we go. So very hard.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know why.
If you can restart, same settings, but just restart. Thank you.
In Group B, we just passed the first couple sector. Nothing happened, and the gap between the peloton and the first group is about 50 seconds. So they're not really getting away.
But in the group of MEA, there is not. I don't see a motivation to continue the breakaway because all in front with the same riders.
Yes, also it's a headwind of 20, so that's not really helping either. As well as no one really pacing in the front, so it seems like they will be caught. They have half a minute. Maybe someone's pacing now, you can't really see it.
Meantime, Tuanu has gained 1 minute almost. He's now at 51 seconds. And he's still with the full team, and only Blackboard is chasing. And when he stops chasing, Yanu goes onto the attack, trying to bridge the gap on the breakaway. Still, now the advantage of Tuan with his full team is near the minute when we are almost at the first cable section. Agoek.
Yes, as in Group A, in Group B, the situation is not changing. It's only 30 seconds, so it's a bit boring, as we can see in the chat. People complaining that it's boring. Nothing really much happening.
They're complaining about what?
That nothing's happening. Like there's 40 seconds between the two groups, and yeah, that's it. Pretty much. The first 30 kilometers, nothing happened. It's 130 to go.
Probably we don't see classics very much.
It's 100 and yeah, there's still a long way to go.
Yes.
We will still see some cobbles happening.
Someone is dropped actually. I don't know why. There's someone in A2. Who is that? One of
Swaxon. Swaxon punctured, I think.
Yeah, with his leader even. It's his leader behind, and someone's pacing.
Yes.
Kingmaker's pacing.
Yeah, we're staying on this group, trying to see what happened here. I believe Kingmaker is pacing. Let's try and see if.
I don't understand why. Okay, now
I think everyone else is. Everyone else was trying to wait, and Kingmaker was actually pacing. So
this will be funny then. The coming evening, the whole evening with these two guys. Now they're waiting though. They wait now. So still sportsmanship. Nice to see. Now everything's back together. So yeah, there will be attacks, and the first attack is coming.
Attack of Kingmaker.
Rider is looking to break away.
Yes, Tutur and Key. Yes, Tutur and Key. Getting close though, instantly. And he's attacking again.
But they're going again, and they are trying to get a lead. 28 seconds for now. Let's see if they allow it though.
I think Leo will attack another time.
I know several riders.
Three cobble section, 3-star cobble section, and Leo is. Let's see if he's making his move. Oh, Galopin.
It's not the leader though, so.
And now let's see if Swaxon paces. And there, can we see the front?
Oh, Buffoni, another puncture. I think of the sprinter of Leo.
Oh, that is just nasty.
Many punctures.
Really
That's
bad.
how. Yeah, but that's how classics are, sadly.
When there is rain on PCM, is basically
hell. Yeah.
puncture fest.
So E1 already has 21-second gap over the two guys from Nathan that are trying to join the party. I don't know who is the third, but right now I see Nathan with two riders trying to join that break, and it's kind of his third rider. So
How is it possible watching in a semi-final of the World Championship people relaying with the train?
I have no idea. That's a good question, though.
Yeah, you should ask them. I mean,
You should definitely ask them.
They come back to the answer to this.
I mean, it's a very detrimental move, and everyone that knows the basics of the game knows that you shouldn't really do that for so many reasons.
Well,
Yes,
maybe it's just in the heat of the moment he forgot to.
Yeah, that's possible. And now Buhani is back, and he's pacing. So he's controlling the pace. It's around 45-50 seconds. He doesn't seem to be interested in pacing them right now, but he's maintaining that gap stable. And Swaxon doing the same with Dawson.
Something interesting happening in Group A, Grossi?
Group A now is having birth another break. We can see, and Shadow and Tuanu have 2 men each, 3 men each, and also Yanu now, and they're approaching the second cable section with Pontweg. Actually, 1.4 kilometer, 3-star of difficulty, so not very hard. The break has now 1 minute of advantage on group. Behind is Shadow with pacing, even though he has a man ahead. Break has gone after the Lededorp, third cable sector, and now has 56 seconds of advantage at the start of a long, flat phase of the race. So I guess there won't be some moves now. we can go back to Group B if something is happening.
Sai che vuoi?
No.
Well, nothing's really much happening. We're kind of approaching the next cobble sector, but it's only coming up, I think, in around 10 kilometers. We have a break of 9 in front, so I think 3 players with
No, lui ci mi
3
prende numeri
riders are in
luce.
front. They only
Lui ci
have
prende
50
dal-
seconds as Leo Falandri and Swexen are
Yeah,
leading.
Leo and
Luce la puoi
Swexen
prendere dal
continue to
contatore.
control that break, but in 5.5 kilometers they will be passing by the Kattenberg. Let's see if someone will try something in the peloton. Might be an interesting moment to see if the race changes somewhat. As it is classics, we are always expecting something to happen at any given point.
Yes, well, you could see with the punctures, anything can happen at any moment. We're coming up to this. Yeah, we're coming up to the common sector now. So maybe I don't think anything will happen. I don't think there will be a high
Cobble
pace.
sector about to arrive. Let's see if someone tries any kind of move. Break.
The riders have to
I
have their
just
wits
want to
about
point
them on this
out
dangerous
that
section.
here
You
the
never
break
know what's going to
has
happen on
3
cobblestones.
minutes and 12 seconds. And actually there are some 77 sprinter in the break, so it's a dangerous break because it has a good advantage.
Who's the Spanish that's been wheel sucking in the entire break? Is it Raul? No, it's Gila.
It's Gia, yeah.
Oh, right.
Interesting.
You mean Group B. Okay, it's Giga.
Yeah, it's Gia. Lovely.
Yes, indeed. And it's only 40 seconds, so this break's not going anywhere pretty much.
Yeah, break is controlled around 40 seconds. I see the French and the British working regularly. I haven't seen
Not a
Gila
driver's best friend.
pull once. Godin seems to puncture as well, I believe.
Someone did, eventually. I don't know who. I didn't see the message, so it's someone to wait for.
Not
Even
entirely
someone,
sure if it
someone has
was.
been
I
pulled back.
was. Is it? It's Godin.
It's
yes.
Godot. It was the leader. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's definitely. I thought so. I really thought it was Godin.
Yes.
But he's back. He's back.
Yeah, but look, the break gained like half a minute to that. That's
Yeah, while
a
they were
small
waiting for Godin, the break managed to extend their lead as they are entering yet another cobble sector, but this one is 2 stars, shouldn't cause any issues.
Yeah, one rider for Nathan is dead though already, so he wasted one rider.
I believe it's Kingmaker in the break, right? The French jersey.
It should be. I'm not sure. I'm not sure even who it is. It's 2-2, I think. 2-2, I think.
Emea, can you confirm us?
Yeah, it's 2-2.
It's Tutor, yes.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Flynn has attacked from the peloton. He has gained 30 seconds of advantage, but Raul is chasing him. Raul and Toinou, so I don't think he will go much further. We are starting the first cobble climb, Kattenberg, and I'll say if there is some change in the actual situation.
All right, thank you, Grossi, our man in that group. As we return to Group B, where we still have the break, but we are back to the 50 seconds, to which Nathan and Gila have had to deal for most of the time, around 50 seconds, sometimes a little bit less. Now, 2 stars cobble sector in the Padestrat. They seem to go and pass it nicely, but cannot ends. Yeah, cannot get screwed there.
This is a breaking error here.
It's unlucky.
Flynn has joined the group ahead. So now Flynn is into the break with almost his whole team and his couple men. And Toinou is chasing.
No, he's attacking.
Is chasing because he was in the first group and he got dropped. And and behind is chasing with the shadow who is dropped and he's trying to get back into the group. But at the moment he has a 50-second disadvantage. We are going for the second time to Agoek now. And Flynn is pacing ahead to keep these minutes of advantage he's got.
Yes, I see in the stream in Group A there's action, so maybe stay in Group A for a minute and watch it.
Wanu joined.
Joined the group ahead with his couple, and we have we climbed the Leberg, and now still Cavendish, so still Flynn, the main part of the job, while we are approaching Borsekurstrat with a strange name. Flynn, with this action, now is helped by Tonu, and he's got 1 minute and 10 seconds. Behind,
We've
it's
got just 1/3 of the race left to run.
working,
Now's not the time to give up watching.
Round 2 is trying to help him, but their chasing is not as effective as the attack of the 2 men ahead. So now it's actually a bad situation for the players behind, unless something changes.
In Group B, as we Tutor is attacking in Group B as we are about to start the Valkenburg. He goes with Laporte and Barbier.
Yeah, in the meantime, the group is come back on the breakaway. Everyone has been. Okay.
Yeah, and we have Tutor, the only guy left from the break that decided to attack just right before the Valkenburg, but he seems to be controlled right now by the peloton, around 35 seconds only. We see Guille doing some pace, Leo, and I think Swaxon now. 44 seconds. Swaxon attacks with McClay, Swift, and Fen.
So with a 76 cobble guy even. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And Leo Falander is...
That's a good move, but let's see if it can actually get some traction here. Let's
Leo is pacing.
Willing to help. Leo immediately pacing. Guille finally remembers the relay button and puts Rojas helping, and I don't know who the other one is. Tutor? No, Tutor.
Yeah, Leo is of course pacing because they all know how good Swaxon is, so they don't really want to let him go away.
Nathan as well with Cavendish seems to pass in the front for a little bit there. No one wants to give that much room to Swaxon with 3 riders.
Yes.
There is cooperation with Tutor in the front, but 27 seconds only, as Wolvenberg will be here upon us in 1 kilometer.
Yeah, we're coming up to the decisive part of the stage. There's only 50 kilometers left.
Yeah.
The interesting part begins now.
As the Wolvenberg arrives, still 5 men in the front, 24 seconds, they're about to be caught. But they try and fight a little bit longer.
Try to use the verge to avoid the cobbles, but it's at the risk of getting a flat tire.
Yeah, definitely trying to close that gap, but the group survives to fight another day.
It's interesting indeed. Guy is pacing now really hard, so he definitely found the relay button again.
Yes, so these are the decisive moments of the race that are about to start unfolding.
Definitely. Will he attack even? It seems like he's trying to make.
I think he's trying to go now. He goes with Rojas, Aristi, and I don't know who the other man is.
He isn't attacking though. He didn't get a gap.
He isn't attacking. No, it was a self-made gap, but he didn't take advantage of it, which was what I was expecting. But he didn't.
I mean, he could have attacked if he wanted with a pretty big margin.
Yeah. I was just trying to see if he wanted to take advantage of it or not, but he did not. So
yeah, probably he didn't want to.
32 seconds.
Yeah, they don't really let them away.
They're not giving them any room. Meanwhile, Tutor still with the same 2 guys who lost one quite a while back, and Swaxon now putting up some pace in Molenberg. But as they were about to get caught, a little gap opens there, and there goes Guille.
Now he's going finally.
And
it's a good
let's see Tutor. I think Tutor is going to try and join. He already has 2 men up front.
It's a 99, it seems like. Well, he didn't really get a gap.
That makes no sense. Doesn't he have someone there?
But he went really slow, like he didn't even kind of get a gap. He was just like As the break is caught now.
As the break is caught,
Yes.
Leo Falandri says no more.
He's continuing to pace, or is he sitting up now? Maybe there's room for more attacks.
That was a big mess there because Tutor had a guy in the front and somehow he was pacing very hard. Maybe that was for the cobble part, but he definitely overdid it.
Leo is really well placed, as well as Nathan and Tutur on the left. It's the two.
If I can say, Group A has started the final part of the race because we just climbed Wolvenberg, and at the moment there are the group has come back together right now. But there was an interesting attack with Shadow and Flynn and Blackboard, and Blackboard has used a different strategy from the others, because he actually put his 77 sprinter to work. So I don't know if maybe the race as it is now won't allow
Kingmaker going with his 82 sprinter.
Yeah,
completely useless.
no Blackboard, no Kingmaker. And by the way, maybe it's a different strategy, and I don't know if this strategy will become effective. Let's see when. Let's see. We're starting Molenberg now, 42 kilometers to the finish.
Tutor back to be where Tutor is trying to close that gap, and Kingmaker gets caught. 31 guys remain, 27.1 kilometers to go, and everyone is back together again. Rossi, how goes in A?
Yeah, on the Molenberg there has been a split, and in this split, Shadow, Blackworth, Flynn, and Tuanu are ahead. And now behind it's Yanu who is chasing because he has his whole team behind, and Raul trying to bridge
Attack
this
by
gap.
Anthony Roux.
But actually there are 23 seconds, and everyone is going full gas actually to avoid.
We have Nathan and I think Tutor in the front once again. This time the Brit is Nathan, but it's not gonna last long, it seems.
Yes, I advise to stay in Group B as we're coming to the really decisive part now. With the couple near.
We are on the last passage on Leberg, and the group has just come together. But
19.8. We're gonna stay with B right now because we are in the final decisive moments of the race. Kappelmoor coming in 900 meters. Everyone is ramping up that pace. The positioning, that fight for positioning is brutal. We see Waxon.
Bikes are severely put to the test on cobbled
It's a 77 sprinter. It's a 77 sprinter. That's
no big
unlucky.
deal.
And are better at absorbing vibration.
The leader of Leo punctured.
Oh my! Second time.
Both leaders of Leo punctured.
Two punctures for the same leader, actually.
As we have Kingmaker and Swexen off the front with Tutu
And
chasing.
it's a mess. No one is gonna wait at this point, and it's fair because the race was being launched anyway. It was already launched. We have a lot of people trying to
Guy has 4 riders left.
take advantage of the mess, but there are 4 guys in 2 groups in the front, which are Kingmaker,
Oh my god.
Tutor,
Leo
Nathan,
got
and
fucked.
Leo
Flexen, I
is
think.
coming back. Leo is coming back.
Leo coming back with Godin, already pacing on the final meters of the cobbles. He seems to be managing it well despite the circumstances, so a top-class player like him, it isn't a big shock. He was quick
We
to
have
act.
now 3 in front. We have Tutu and Swexen and Kingmaker in
And
front.
Kingmaker, we have and Luke Rowe trying to
Nathan-
join.
Nathan and Leo
almost
chasing.
there. Guille is not there. He's pacing. I don't know what he's doing. He did not do a move. He's gonna
He
miss
has
out
not
here.
the 77 sprint, so why is he pacing?
I think he should be in the front actually.
Why is whoever it is pacing? Guy should pacing alone. He's the only one not in the
Yes,
front.
Guille should be the one pacing alone, and he should already be there. And there he goes, finally with Garcia.
He tries to bridge.
He tries to bridge.
Let's look in the front if they will There will be takes. No one's willing to pace in the front now,
Luke
I
Rowe
assume.
finally reaches. There's 5. There goes Garcia. Garcia's making his move. He's arriving to the break. Now let's see.
I saw Swift
Poor
in the group.
pacing.
Not to the front, behind one. But they stood up.
But
They
there's
stood up.
2.4 to go. Let's see. The sprint is going to be launched. And
There we go.
oh, there goes Tutu for the right side. Leo with Millard. Can he be beaten? Nathan. There's
No,
goes
no, he
Kingmaker.
will die,
He's
he
not
will
going to
die.
win. He's not going to win. It's going to be
He
for
will
someone
die,
else. No. It's from the right
close.
side. Nathan or Swaxon. Oh, it's Nathan.
Nathan wins ahead of Swaxon and
in the
Ray.
meantime, I just witnessed a fall by the leader of Shadow. Shadow's leader has fallen, and so
Oh.
now
Oh my.
it's down only to leaders. And
Oh my.
and Black
Just just
climbed-
before
has ended Bosberg a bit behind, and he just got back. And
guys,
now everyone
just
is
before we finish here, and we'll soon move to
Oh,
Rusty's
is it
group. I want to confirm Nathan won, Swaxon second. I believe it is Kingmaker. I'm sorry, Leo third, and then only in seventh comes who I believe it is to be Kingmaker. So we go to Group A now for the final kilometers.
Yeah, now Raul tried an attack, and Black War is doing a bit the helper for everyone, actually, because he's pacing. And now it's time for Flynn trying to attack, 6 kilometers to go. And the gap has been bridged by everyone at the moment. Black War joined with a bit of work more. He's almost dead.
Raul has the wheel of the rest of the world. So I think
rest of the war is one.
Oh, he's attacking!
Raul tries again his attack,
And
but
just in
he
case
has,
you missed them, here are the race
headwind
highlights.
at the moment. So I guess it will be hard because behind there is some sort of cooperation. Everyone is trying to bridge the gap, and let's see. It's 1.9 kilometers to go. Raul is now at the final kilometer, and Yanu tries a long sprint, and he passes Raul on the finish line, and it's Yanu that wins the Omlop at Newsblad ahead of Raul. Third place for Black War, which is surprising because it was
That was a very well executed long sprint. Raul still manages to survive to get the second place.
Fourth place for Tuanu, fifth for Flynn, and sixth, as it's normal, for Shadow, who had 2 points on his 82. He will be
surprising result for the Brit here with only fifth, but that sprint from Tuanu was just a thing of beauty.
Yeah,
superb sprint was it?
Yes, it was fantastic. Better than that, only the end we had in Group B. What a fantastic bunch sprint. I mean, that was incredible.
Yeah, it's a pity for Shadow, which his leader has fallen on the downhill of Moore. So actually he lost the opportunity of playing for something more than sixth place. And that's a bit of a shame. I guess the host has to remove the falls now, because maybe for next races will be a bit problematic if there are falls. Okay, so it's time to put X8 parade.
So I think we have the confirmed results from Group B. I'm just trying to look for it right now. Give me 1 second. We already knew it was Nathan who won ahead of Swexon and Leo Falandri. Then it's Kingmaker in 4th, Guy in 5th, and Tutor is last in 6th. So Tutor and Guy will have to do something in the next races, of course.
So you just said Nathan and Swaxon first and second, and Leo third, correct?
Yes.
So we do have confirmation of those results.
Yes, I just looked.
Yes, great start for the Brits. Leo isn't bad either, considering that he had a very hectic situation to deal with after a puncture. He still manages a great result. I think everything is still open between some of the riders. Let's see what happens here. Meanwhile, we are going to start soon in Group B. I don't know how the lobby is for A. I don't know if it's made yet, Grassi. Can you tell us?
Okay, the group for the results for Group A are 80 points for Yanu, 60 points for Raul, 45 points for Blackwar, 35 for wait, 35 for come cazzo si chiama? I'm checking. 35 points for Tuanu, 25 for Flynn, 18 for Shadow.
So Shadow and Flynn right now not in the best position, but there's still two stages, and the points will increase at each one of them. So everything is still quite open.
Yeah. He actually had bad luck with the fold. That was the problem.
All right, we are about to start Group B. Lobby is right now launching, and we are loading, waiting to see what this group will bring us for Stage 2, GP Miguelin Duran. And we still do not have a lobby in Group A, so we'll start to follow B as usual. That starts first, and here we are. Race is about to start. Let's see if someone opens the race with an attack right off the bat, or if it's going to be something more, a little bit more slow.
Why?
Everyone preparing their riders. I see some groups of 3 already trying to gain position. I expect attacks. There goes the first one. Don't know who's wearing those jerseys. I believe it is Tutor and Kingmaker, yes. This time they seem to have gone with 2 men each. There goes Swaxon with the usual 3-man attempt. Nathan follows him. No one else seems interested right now. But let's see if that is the case. Guia takes Garcia and
It seems like we have a repeat of the first race when we also had an 18-man break with about 1 minute. It seems pretty similar.
yeah, but the big difference here is the only reason we have 16 is because 2 of the French decided to take 2 guys only. So interesting situation.
Yes.
Other than that, a very similar start as expected usually in these types of races.
Leo has even the 82 hill guy in the break, so that's interesting. Interesting tactic to put this guy in the break.
That means we already know who he's working for if things do not span out on the break. Seems he might be betting on his 82 mountain leader for this one. But he's also capable of, if the break doesn't survive, to do some interesting things with his puncher. Let's see. I'm thinking right off the bat with this attack that he's going to work for his 82 mountain leader.
Yeah, it seems like Leo is a good enough player that he knows who to play for.
Yeah, and with this type of finish, there's a few inclinations. There's an up and down in there, but then the terrain starts getting a little rough in the end, and that finish is very uphill. It's definitely a a good place for you to bet on the acceleration of the actual climber. Everything seems calm in Group B right now.
Yes, I don't think Group A started, or did they?
Group A just started.
Okay.
And we can maybe switch to A for the start of the second race. For the
Yes,
head
yeah. Emma, take us to A, please, to see how this evolves.
And we get to Group A with Flynn attacking, actually, with
Yeah,
the
Flynn.
82 heal, with the 82 heal. So it's
And
probably the rider for this stage who is attacking. With
Uh,
him,
can you just show us the ending? You are in game, Grassi, right?
yeah.
Can you show us
That's
yeah? It's a very
maybe those notifications don't help. Well, the finish
that's
is quite hard at the bottom
yeah.
and
That's
at the end.
definitely for the climber there. I would work for him as well.
I would say yes.
Galopin is attacking in B. We are going back to Group B, where we have a attack from Galopin. Let's see how this unfolds. Seems to not have lasted for.
Oh, he's getting there eventually. He's getting the bridge. Does he? It's close. Someone's behind,
see.
actually. Someone fucked up a
Let's
train,
see.
but it's already back together.
Yeah, there we go. Galopin is arriving at the break, so now 18 men. I don't see. Oh, Nathan did indeed fell a little bit behind, but he's getting back. So a little bit of a messy situation right now, but Galopin manages to reach the peloton, who now has 18 men, and I believe that Kingmaker has 4 men now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's right.
Indeed, 4 men. So he'll definitely should and is putting one to immediately work, see if he can get something out of this break. Meanwhile, Leo is also working, despite some people like Guille have not yet found the relay button. Nathan, Kingmaker, and Leo. Oh, I see. Nathan, Kingmaker, and Leo both have the puncher in the front. So reason why some people are definitely not working.
Yes, we have some attacks in front, and it seems like it's coming back together somehow.
Seems it's about to be closed, but 7 guys try and still stay in the front a little bit longer, but it's not going to happen.
Cooperation. There's no cooperation.
Yeah, no, none, and Swexon is about to close it. Let's see.
Yes, it will happen.
It is closed. Grassi, how goes Group A?
There was a break. Break was catched by the work of Shadow, and now a bigger break is starting.
Go days off.
There is a group of 23 riders who has been catched by the one behind, helped by the fact there was a starting climb. So at the moment, the situation is a full bunch.
He's
Even
going to
if
take
some
them on
attacks
by
are
himself.
happening, I'll catch up if something big is happening.
Thank you, Francesco.
Yeah, and B, something actually happened, because Guy is behind with 2 riders, and he says, I think he means, I can't move Nieve and Garcia, but now he's trying to come back as he can move them again, apparently. But we have a break now, and the pace is really high, so he will spend a lot of energy there up the climb. That can already be some decisive factor. As Kingmaker is drilling the pace, he's going with all his 6 riders, he's going with the whole team, even. And he's almost getting a gap. Wow. Kingmaker is playing this super aggressive.
The group is slowly thinning out due to such
And
a
he's
frantic
getting a
pace.
gap. That's scary now for the others. As he's in front with 6 now. But it's close back.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
And Guy is losing some riders. He's losing 3 riders for now. That's a big disadvantage.
That's really a punchy attack.
As Tutu is attacking again with Kingmaker on his wheel. And Guy lost some riders there even. I don't know how many it is, but he lost some. I think he lost 3 riders for now.
Do we know exactly what happened as we were focusing at that time in Group A? Do you know what happened?
No, I can't really tell because he was like I only saw it when he was 1 minute back and he was saying in the chat, "Buck, I can move." I think he meant I can't move. Nieve and Garcia,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
maybe some kind of bug. I don't know. But now there's 2 riders of him gone. That's of course not nice.
That's
Not what
not
you
good,
want.
but he does have his leaders back, so
Yeah, that's all fine.
let's
We have
see
3 riders now in front.
what can happen here. So who's in front? May I show us? Oh, Garcia might still close that gap. We have Tutor with 2, including his puncher, and Kingmaker with his 78 Mountain Man. Interesting choices. As I believe that someone else is attacking, and it's Hofstadter. There goes Leo Philandri, of course, naturally followed by Swagson.
Yeah, they're going both with 3, so
Both taking
Kingmaker
the punters
is
again,
going
I
now.
believe.
yeah, so
Uh,
everyone's playing for the mountain guy, pretty much.
Yeah, no one wants to. No one wants to stay behind here, but right now I don't see. I was expecting this. The move from Nathan. He goes with his tree man as well. So fourth participant to join the break.
He's not quite there yet. I expect him to join really
Oh, he's gonna
soon.
join very soon. Very soon. Yeah.
Yeah. Should be, at least. And he's joined by Kingmaker and Guy, so everyone
yeah.
attacking.
Yeah. Everyone wants a piece of that action. Pixel, what would you do here? Would you take the conventional 3 man, or would you just go with 2?
I think it's better for now to go with 3, because like it's really hectic. You can see it's hectic, like attacks all over the place. So if you can get 3 man up there and there's attacks behind and they sit up, you can get a good advantage. See, right now you got like 1 minute, so with the others you can maybe have an advantage and get some way. I think I would go with 3.
Yeah, the thing for Guy, who can't probably afford that luxury, is that he lost one of his riders. He finally managed to get one of the 2 lost riders back, but the other one isn't going back, so he takes 2 to the break. One is Nieve.
Maybe expect 1 or 2 maybe to die, help us right now, because it was a really hard pace so far, but it doesn't look like it for now. We have a group at the front, but it seems like Nathan is trying to get it back. Or attacking into the downhill. He's not getting a gap though.
Definitely a lot of attacks and counter-attacks going on right now.
Yeah, incredibly high pace.
Indeed. And 45 seconds advantage only for the break, must be said.
Yes. Nathan is clearly not happy because he has no one in front. Francesco, you have an update.
Yeah, now we have a break. We have 3 men from Blackwood, 3 men from Tuanu, 2 men for Flynn. And actually, even if he's the less represented in the break, Flynn is the one who is working more. He's working with his 82 heal within the break, even though he has a row. He's a couple men who can work. But the break hasn't got so much advantage. It has just 52 seconds at the moment. So behind Raul and Yanu are chasing, and I don't think a break will go much further.
We will now move to Group A. Yep, Pixel, we're gonna say something?
Yes, I think as in Group B's everything together, we can maybe stay with
yeah.
A, as we saw much
yeah,
of B.
I was definitely going to say we are moving now to Group A. Grassi just gave us the point of the situation, and we will follow A for a bit. Go on, Grassi.
Yeah, we're up on the climb, and it's clean. We're starting climb ahead, while behind it's Yanu chasing mainly. Blackboard is dropping from the break with his 82 kill, a la Philippe, and also Tuanu dropped for a moment. But while Tuanu had already joined, Blackboard had a bit of work more to do, join again. Now, on this climb, the advantage of the break has gone to 1 minute 34
A
seconds.
symbolic kilometer as we go through the halfway stage of the race.
At 104 kilometers to the finish. And
This climb
the
features some
situation
dreadful
is
percentages.
not very exciting at the moment because
Gall seems to be the one pacing. Is he going to go for?
In the meantime, Flynn has been caught in a split.
There's a split, yeah.
Flynn and Yanu has been caught in a split, and Yanu has his whole team behind. Flynn,
This explains why Raul was pacing so hard.
Yeah, and probably he was too much behind at the start of the downhill. And Flynn has dropped Thomas, not I don't think willingly, but now he has to make another effort in order to come back to the group.
But now he's gonna do a smart move there, or he should have done the smart move there of trying to take advantage of the Yanu. I think it was Yanu that was behind as well.
Yeah, Yanu had the full team behind, and
he had Thomas and the other guy next to them. When Yanu went for it, Flynn just should have taken advantage of that to actually close the gap.
Flynn is likely losing it because he has made now his helpers joining the leader behind.
It is not looking good.
Now he has to face with the disadvantage of 44 seconds. So actually that's good news, because I didn't expect such an experienced player like him to drop.
Happens to the rest of us.
Yeah, that's true. And now it's a good. To be fair, it's a good part of the race to chase, because there are a lot of up and downs.
Yeah, so, he's finally back.
Yeah, in fact, he has come back.
Took a lot of suffering.
Yeah.
How much energy would you estimate that he spent there?
Well, I guess,
especially with Thomas,
he spent at least some 2 centimeters of yellow bar, because actually maybe with leader he wasn't in action with his leader, but actually to keep up with the leader on flat, because the mountain leader has a weak value on flat.
Oh, we have an attack here. We have an attack.
Yeah, we have
Tonu
with his full team.
Team attack, and there goes Flynn with Luke Rowe and Kenna.
And Flynn, even if he just struggled to came back into the group, is the only one who reacted fast.
Ladies and gentlemen, Team Attack semifinals only in PCM World Cup 2021. Let's see the action.
Yeah, Tuanu gained 30 seconds, but actually with the Blackboard who is pushing very hard behind, I don't think there will be much more, unless Blackboard does not realize he's working alone and stop working, but I don't think it will happen.
Oh, he's joining.
Yeah, he's trying to join.
He's just gonna pace them. Yeah, he's just gonna pace them back.
Seneschal has run out of energy in the best moment to join.
Yeah, I don't think he controlled that well at all. So Shadow again trying to create splits, and he creates them.
And now it's Shadow with some men Blackwood trying to chase.
Everyone joins back.
Us come back together. And now it's Shadow chasing for Tonu, and I guess at the start of this little climb, the gap will be bridged.
But that was a good move there, trying to create those splits by Shadow.
Yeah, and Shadow is still trying to create some split because Wanu is still going, and now we have three teams ahead, three full teams ahead almost, and three teams behind, and it's Raul who is the one who is trying to bridge. But
I'm sorry.
now it's really dangerous for the people behind.
I get so Raul now joins. I get so confused when I see a team attack that doesn't involve Raul happening in a lobby where he is.
We're starting the last third of the race.
Raul now is the one with the less number of helpers.
Yes,
He
which
has just
explains.
three. Even if Fernandez maybe join.
Yeah, Fernandez.
He will get dropped.
Yeah, he's not going to be useful for long, even if he joins.
Yeah, even if he joins, I guess he will be dropped on the next climbs. Now group has clearly stopped because...
It's been a very aggressive race, Grossi. Would you say that this might turn into a chaotic finish?
I mean,
this climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very high.
With his attitude, I can see some other attacks happening. So maybe this race won't be just a sprint on the last hill. I hope at least to see something different. And,
you think that there's a good chance for a long distance one? Long distance attack?
When there are just 6 players into the lobby becomes automatically more unpredictable because there are less riders, less players who can bridge a gap, less players who are willing to help others. So actually,
and let's Daniel Mikos.
You can never know. Actually, the most likely option obviously will be a sprint on last climb, but maybe can happen something different. Let's see.
25 man. Blackwar now pacing a little bit on the downhill. Let's see if he's searching for a good positioning for the next part, but Tuanu seems to go at it again. And Flynn doesn't wait this time. He's been dropped twice. He doesn't want to get dropped the third time. And now they are the ones trying to cause the gaps there.
Yanu is racing really behind. In fact, he risked a lot now on this acceleration.
Yeah, that was a very big risk, but he actually managed to stay safe real quick, to save himself real quick.
Yeah, I was helped by Raul because Raul tried to bridge and bridged almost immediately.
Maybe as you have a full lobby and you're on the downhill now, maybe we can switch to Group B as we're coming to the biggest climb of the day.
Yes, I've been told we are approaching the biggest climb of the day, so we are going back to B. Pixel, what's been going on there?
There was more attacking. There was Swagson and Leo really active, but as you can see, it's all together. I just came back because I expected some pace on this climb and maybe some attacks, but for now it's not too interesting. But there on the right side, Nathan is going.
On the right side, we see Nathan actually, yeah. And Nathan is going.
Well, with Quates, he doesn't really get a gap because his mountain state is like 65 or something.
Yeah, but he manages to start. He cuts a really short distance. Let's see if it holds.
Yeah, he gets 30 seconds as the pace is pretty high, set by Leo, Guy, and Tutors on the left side moving up. Maybe he's trying to attack as well. He's going really, really hard. We're almost over the top right now, and he has a gap. So let's see, maybe he can get away.
I see a completely different race here because I see still much more people than we had in Group A, where the race was being just chaotic.
Yes, as we had a long time of just sitting up, that's why we have still, in fact, 33 people left. But Swagson is going with his British mate.
With a 78 mountain rider and his puncher.
Sorry, guys.
What?
We are at the start of the main climb of the day, and Shadow and Tuanu tried again an attack with their full team. At the moment, they gained just 30 seconds, and behind Flynn is trying to bridge this gap, but Shadow is forcing a lot on this climb. Even if the group has now come back together, the pacing hasn't stopped, and now some other splits are happening in the group.
Oh, and Swagerson goes full force again, trying to join his British mate. Let's see if he can do it. Leo seemed that he was about to close it, but Swagerson insists one last time. Still an 18-second difference there. And the peloton is closing it. Grassi, is everyone back together there still?
Yeah, now everyone back together, but everyone has 3 men.
Okay, we are moving to A now to see the actual climb, unless it's over.
Okay, climb, it's over now, and
Let me
everyone
just-
has 3 men. So
Let me just
3
take a
helps
quick
for
look.
everyone. And Tuanu is attacking again. And with him, Blackpool and Flynn are really fast to answer to him, and everyone bridged the gap in the end.
Oh, and 18 men here only, so I see majority of people has 3 guys at this point, if not all. All, actually.
Yeah. Probably yes. Yeah. I guess I can see some other attack happening now in the finished kilometers. There are still some climbs.
Yeah, I definitely see we're gonna have to call 2 finishes at the same time because these races are really close.
Yeah. How many kilometers in Group
It's
B?
20 left, so we're 10 ahead. It's okay. It's like 5
10?
minutes
Oh, if
different.
it's okay, okay, nice.
Kilometers to go, so it's fine.
Speaking of which, Pixel, any change in Group B?
No, Nathan just got caught, so we have a full bunch again off. Let me see. I can't see it right now. Come on. Of 31 riders. So it's a completely different race. It's way slower. We have
For
much
sure.
more people. But I'd say we go to B or stay in B as we have the second to last climb approaching.
we are going to stay in B now because it's the final kilometers and we want to see how
Yes.
this ends.
It's 15 to go, so it will be hard pace for now, the last kilometers.
Only 15
Look,
kilometers
they're
left.
going full pace into the last climb. They're really dwelling it.
Everyone trying to get the best positioning in the actual climb.
Yes, it will be interesting to see if there will be some attacks over the second to last climb. Not this one, but the second to last. But I don't know. Yeah, we'll see, I guess, in 5 minutes.
Domestics finally falling, 25 men. Leo on the left side. On the right side we have Raul, I think, is the Spaniard. No, Gia.
Yeah.
Leo has still 4 left. That's a strong thing. I think only Guy is the other one who has 4 left.
Good energy management from them.
Yeah. Oh, Guy
They
is
also
attacking.
attacked
Yeah.
last. Oh, Gia seemed to be trying to. I think he was pacing more than anything else. Weird.
Yeah, I think he was protecting and then going 85 in the downhill. You sprint in with your protecting rider.
Yeah.
We're going into the second to last now. Maybe something here, or is it just high pace? Now everything is, of course, it's only 8 to go, so everything is about positioning.
8 to go in. Leo Falandri is the first to strike. 3 guys, 3 man attack. Let's see if he can get a gap here.
Or does he? No. Oh, it was close. He almost got a gap, but he doesn't.
He doesn't, and he's not allowed to go, and everyone wants a piece in the action. It's a party, and everyone has an invite right now.
Leo is the best position for now, but Guy is moving up.
Approaching the final climb. Leo really pushing hard. He wants the best position for the mountain sprint. Let's see if he can get a Gia on the right side, Leo on the left. 2.6 to go.
Yes, this will be close. As Flynn is getting blocked. Flynn got blocked.
Swaxon coming on the center.
Oh, Swagson blocked himself! Oh my god, did you see that? Oh my god.
Yeah, that was
He
terrible.
killed himself.
It's gonna be for Leo or Gia. Nathan also approaching. Swaxon is done with that block. Let's see, maybe no.
Nathan's moving up. He has still 2 left.
Leo. Leo seems to be taking it. Let's see if Swaxon can pass him or Nathan. I think it's for Leo for sure. It's gonna be
Gee's
Leo,
coming late. Gee's coming late.
Nathan, Guy, and maybe Swagson.
Swagson is 4th, yes.
Oh my, the disaster for the Brit blocking himself, and he
The
ends
race
up
is
doing
run,
it
but
with
the
his
poor souls
puncher.
bringing up the rear continue to cross the
Great win
line.
for
It's a bit of a knock for
Leo.
the morale.
Nathan dead, but still managed second. Gia, despite the good positioning at the beginning, only got third. Swaxon saved the race with fourth, so we're moving to Group A.
Yes, go back. Go for it.
5 kilometers to go. Blackwood tried an attack on the second to last climb, but he got relayed back. And now it's Pino, so Yanu ahead, who is probably taking the climbs ahead. He and Flynn and Raul are the best positioned. And the last climb starts, and it's Flynn with Yanu again
Brandon in the
ahead.
back. Let's
Yanu
hope
is
that
the
the
one who
rider
is
isn't too
pacing
upset.
in the middle part of the climb. 1 kilometer and 2,000 meters to go.
1, 2 to go. They're
Last
preparing the
kilometer.
sprint. They're launching it. They're speeding up. There goes Flynn on the right side. Oh, and Shadow coming. There's also Raul.
And
Yanu.
Shadow seems to be the one which will go to win.
Oh,
And it's
that's
Shadow. It's
uh,
Shadow. No,
it's
wait.
wait. Flynn might steal it. He's not gonna steal it. He's not gonna steal it. Can he steal it? Can he steal it?
It's Shadow.
Oh, he
It's
gets the second
Shadow.
place. That was close.
It's Shadow who recovers from his previous loss on the 6th place and now comes back with the first with the win.
This is very important for him. The second place is also very important for Flynn. These two guys were the two guys with worst results in the first race. Am I correct here, Francesco? If I remember well.
Yeah, they were the worst. I guess the most consistent in these first two races has been Raul, who's getting the 3rd place. So now with 3rd place, he gets 55 points, and so he's now at I think like 100 points now. So he should be near. He should be second. If I then 4th place for Yanu. 5th place for Tuanu got a bit of a disappointment, and 7th place. So the first rider from Blackwood has been at the 7th place, so he gets points for the 7th place clearly.
He loses a lot of what he gained on stage 1, but Primoz Roglic's sprint, it seemed that he was doing it with all authority, and he was, but Flynn out of nowhere almost stealing it. Exciting finish, deserved win by Shadow. What a sprint.
Yeah, it was a very great sprint, and I'm happy the ones who got behind before are back in contention now.
Yeah, it makes everything
really
open.
Yeah, it will be really interesting now to see the
Oh
final.
my, that was close.
Yeah, damn close.
All right, let me just check if we already have a lobby done in the other group.
I'm going to smoke for a second.
What? Sorry.
I'm going to smoke for a second.
All right. As we wait for the lobbies, I'm going to let you in the company of Pixel, and also be right back.
Okay. I will do this on my own. The one-man show. Easy. Well,
Easy,
as you could hear... Oh, you did. I was just saying I didn't watch the final of Group A, but it seemed like it was really close. Apparently, Shadow won ahead of... Who was it? Ahead of Flynn. Was coming later. Raul in 3rd, then Yanu in 4th, Tonu in 5th, Black was 6th. So Black was losing some grounds there. As we will maybe get a standing in some short amount of time. And we got some standings in Group B. That's pretty interesting. Because in Group B we have Nathan leading after 2 races with 150 points, ahead of Leo with 145. So those two are only 2 points. They already have good chances to come to the final if they don't choke the final race. As we all know, the final race will give 120 points, so it will give more points than the first two, and everything can be decided there. Whoever wins there will get to the next one, pretty much. We have as well Swexen in 3rd with 95, then Guy in fourth with 75, Kingmaker in fifth with 53, and last for now is Tutur with 43. But even Tutur can still, if he wins the last race, I think he can still get to next one. If he's lucky and the others finish in some bad positioning.
Last stage gives 120 points, so I
Yes,
guess
it is.
if some particular combinations happen, he may still have a chance.
Yes, I think so. Like he can finish on 163, and if like Nathan and Leo do good and steal the points from the other ones, he can still get through as third. So he doesn't need to like give up already. And as you know, the third race is the Ötztaler Classic, I think, and it's a mighty mountain stage. Like it will be an awesome stage.
Actually, this stage could be a great stage also in a stage race because climbs are long and hard, especially the last two. I mean, we have Passo di Montegiovo, who has been made famous by an attack of Marco Pantani in 1994. So we're talking about too many years ago.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we have Passo del Rombo, which is actually a long climb with some steep parts. So I guess it's for sure it will be suffering for players to decide their strategy on such hard stage.
Yes, as we are still in the loading screen, you can maybe tell the results from your group as the results of Group A are there after 2 stages. You can tell them.
I'm going to check where
In Classic
are
Semifinals
posted.
A. In Classic Semifinals A.
Okay. The classification at the moment. Shadow is first with 118 points. Yanu 115 points. So 3 points from Shadow. Raul 110 points. So just 8 points to Shadow. Flynn 95 points. Blackwar 63 and Tuanu 60. It's fucking close. It's everyone is in 50 points. 50 points.
Yes, did I hear that right? 4 players are within 20 points. That's insanely close. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? The last stage in your group will be amazing. I can tell that, of course.
Everyone can still pass. That's
Yes,
incredible.
Yeah, we started the racing in Group B, so I think the stream is there. We have an attack of 2 riders for now. I don't know who it is. I didn't look. But Leo is pacing behind, so seems like they want to go with full teams, full peloton over the first climb. Who's in front? I think it's Tutur. He was really active the whole day. Like he attacked on every stage so far. Some big attacks, team attacks. He tried it everywhere. He's in last, so he has to try something. He has to try something to win the stage, and I think he can do it. He's a good player. Obviously, when you come to the semifinals of the World Championships, you're an awesome player. So I trust in him that he can still do it. And yeah, it seems like yes, it's back together. All 36 riders are back together and going now into the first climb. It will approach in like 10 kilometers. You didn't start yet, right? Chesko? Rossi? Okay.
We are starting at 22 and 6 as Emea said.
Okay, that's good. So I have some time left for Group B. Maybe we can look at the profile. Grossi already told us something about it. You can see in that last climb there is a small false flat part that's not that steep. So I can see some people trying to go clear there and forcing a goat gap. I think this is a nice place to get some gap and trying to win the race. As we also have in the last downhill we have some uphill part, like 5 kilometers into the downhill. So if there are some people together, I think there can be attacks trying to get clear, because afterwards you won't need energy. You can regenerate it in the downhill. It's pretty steep, I think. And yes, the last 2 to 3 kilometers are kind of flat. I think it looks like there's some flat parts. So if there people together, it will be a really interesting sprint. So you have to know the stage, you have to know the descent to know how to play, and maybe we can see who has practiced good and who didn't.
I can tell
Um,
also something to you. I'm back.
yes, of
Actually,
course.
if you manage to get the gap on that flat part, it's really likely you will manage to keep it until the finish.
Oh, then thanks for telling us. That's of course a really important part. So, if you attack there or get a gap, then you can hold it to the finish line. Yes, Emia's just showing it for a second. And we're approaching the first climb for now. Let's see, maybe there will be some attacks going, trying to get a gap. I expect it to happen that like some three-man trains will go fast and force a gap. We're going into the Kutai climb. 2-2 is pacing from the beginning with Swax in good position. Yeah, 2-2 is attacking.
He's off
As
in
I
the
said,
zone.
he's
The
really
team sponsor
active
won't be disappointed.
and he goes for it. He directly gets a 20-second gap. That's pretty good already. And yeah, Kingmaker and Swagson are pacing steadily. Don't give him too big of a gap, only 30 seconds in there. So yeah, we'll see 2-2 is going for it. I like to see that actually, because like always, if you have some players attacking, it's making the race interesting to watch. So thanks to 2 for doing it, and I wish you all the best. I want you to get through here. You're really active.
That's for sure. It's better to see an attacking race than just a race made of tempo. It's like real cycling, we can say. Okay, group A is starting right now.
Okay, then maybe tell us if there are attacks at the beginning, then we can switch to your group. We're still on the climb, so nothing really much happening. Did you load in already? So are you going, Classy?
At the moment, no attacks. I guess it's a bit too soon. Also because first part of the race is almost downhill. So on downhill, it will be a bit difficult to get a gap. So I don't think anyone will attack.
So I'd say we stay for now in this group as we are on the climb. So maybe
For the moment.
yeah, it's a bit more interesting, I think. Also, well, it's although not that good, but we will go to your group as soon as you start the first climb, if that's okay. We have still, we have still only Tutor and Swexon is pacing, like setting a decent pace, and we have picked up back. I think he will be coming.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think we will lose him so easily.
Yes. So yeah, it's nothing much. It's not much happening. I don't know the pace. I think it's like Tutu is losing some yellow up ahead, and Swagson is also using some yellow. I don't know about everyone's. This stage is up.
We just crashed.
Oh, awesome! So you will be even later.
Yeah, I guess so.
Awesome news. So this stage was what I was just saying is this stage is of course in big part about energy management. I think so that we cover that you try to save as much bars as possible, like in every mountain stage. But
All right, what is the current situation? I'm back.
Our man is back. We crashed.
yeah, the big dog. Yeah, Group A crashed, so we have to wait for them. In Group B, we are 170 to go, halfway up the first climb, with 2 in front only of 2-2. So
Alright.
it's not the most exciting situation right now. Nothing much happening.
But these can definitely be fun stages for the later parts. The main question will be if someone will have the guts to attack, not before the final meters as everyone likes to do, but a little bit before to try and sprint alone. Let's see if that happens.
Yes, I think the main point why no one's going on this first climb is like you can see the long flat part or forwards flat part afterwards. It's like it's completely killing the moves. I think like if you attack in the beginning, there's this long forwards flat part and you will just lose energy there. I think that's why no one is attacking for now.
Indeed. We will soon start Group A, but let's see just for a minute if something else happens here. We'll stay here for a few more minutes and then move back to A. Right now we have to tour in the front with two riders still. 2 minutes. It's the 70 Mountain, and who is the other guy, Pixel?
No, it's only 2-2 with two riders.
Yeah, and
It's this hill guy and this 70 mountain, so not the most important riders.
so normal breakaway, 2 minutes, too
2
too
minutes,
much
yes.
thing. Yeah, too many things can still happen, and will probably still happen.
Yes, I guess the gap will grow a bit because I don't
Alright,
see Swex pacing all the way.
We are moving now to Group A as it has started, and let's see if someone decides to do an early attack.
Yeah, still no attack. Flynn tried to get a gap, but actually he has changed his mind. In fact, he wrote "lol, terrible idea." That's all I can say about this decision. In fact, it's actually downhill, so it's difficult to get a gap.
Yeah, it's definitely very difficult to.
I guess some attack we will see on the climb of Kutai, clearly. So the pace is actually slow, and Tuanu is ahead, but is clearly not pacing. We have some trains from the various people. We have Yanu and the Shadow showing themselves ahead. And the Shadow tries to attack now, which is the most flat part of the start of the race. And he and Tuanu got some gap. So 24 seconds for them, even if gap isn't increasing.
Gap isn't big, but it is the first real attempt of a break for this group. I don't think it's gonna
stop.
Yeah, it's already being closed.
And Raul is working to close this gap. I think Raul is going to attack on the first climb with this whole team.
Do we expect? I was gonna ask that. Do we expect him to be closing this to do his usual team attack?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, also in chat, Shadow has just said this. 1.05 odds Raul will attack. So everyone is actually expecting him to attack, and I'm expecting him to attack too.
Well,
he's
if
the
he
most
does,
offensive player when it comes to mountain stages.
well, if he does attack and we are not there for some reason, if we are watching the other group, please let us know because we will want to follow that.
Right. So go to Group B for a moment because
we are going to Group B.
I will say if something happened.
Yes, we can go back, but the situation didn't change. Tutu has 2.5 minutes. Swaxon's still pacing, so it seems like he took the duty of keeping the break and somewhat close. While Nathan does start to relay. I didn't see that. So now it's the two Brits working together. I think they're both using their 66 mountain, so their worst rider.
Yeah. Perfectly natural choice. They are controlling 2 minutes 30, a little less now.
Yes.
But for now, a very established break. Very simple pace, nothing extraordinary. Let's see if this changes as the terrain starts to go up in a little bit.
Yeah, for now, as it's not the most interesting situation right now, who in this group?
Sorry, didn't hear that, Pixel?
Who do you think will win this group, this race?
That's a very hard one. I do have expectations for both the Brits here. They haven't done bad so far. It's a stage, the type of stage that they're really good at, but we also have to keep in mind Leo Falandri. Obviously, I think he's the main favorite, and especially in a finish like this, I think he's definitely the main candidate to win. But if 3 people pass, I would bet probably Leo, Swaxon, and Nathan. But obviously, everyone else has a perfectly valid chance. Those are just my bets. What about you? What do you think?
Well, I agree with you. The point is, when you have the mountain stage and third stage, there are the people who are in the lower spots right now. Like Tutu, for example, I refer to him, who is in last right now. These kind of people kind of need to attack. They need to force something to get through. Like this stage gives 120 points, and they still have the chance to go through. So as Tutu does, he sends someone in the break. They have to be active. They have to attack. They have to try to use their chance if they can. So that's why I think it will be really, really interesting stages in both groups.
Yeah, but indeed, as you said, those that are in the bottom places of the classification definitely need to try and make something happen. Tutur already has his break done. Let's see what the other guys can do. Right now, nothing extraordinary yet, as the terrain starts to go a little bit up and the distance starts to fall as well. 2 minutes only, around 2 minutes just now, as Swaxon now working with Swift or protecting with Swift. Yeah, he's protecting.
Ozzy, are you on the first climb in Group A?
Yeah, we're on the first climb. We're almost at the middle of it. And Tuanu has attacked with his
Go.
78 mountain, and we did 74 mountain. Flynn
All right.
has followed him, and behind
Just going to ask.
Blackboard and Yanu.
Sorry, Grassy, just going to ask
Yeah.
Mayor to change to that group. He already did, so keep going. You were saying?
And now Yanu and Blackboard have attacked, so they have a gap, and also Raul finally breaks from the group. So we have actually 5 players who are trying to send the riders in the break. The only one which is not still showing ahead is Shadow. Shadow has still his riders behind and is pacing currently with Pibernik.
Yeah, he's not allowing a distance to be formed, it seems.
To be fair, also Raul is ahead and is making some kind of pace which is not allowing riders ahead to get too much of a gap. Even if now the gap is 50 seconds from for E2, and
Definitely not the team attack we were waiting for, though.
no, totally not. I guess he won't team attack. Let's go. It's Tuanu.
Oh, it's Tuanu! It's Tuanu!
Tuanu, the first one to attack. And,
Oh my!
Shadow is the one who is trying to bridge actually the gap, and he achieved that goal. But the group now is really long because those acceleration are making.
Yeah, anything right now can make a gap here. Any acceleration.
We're on the final part of the climb, which is actually not very hard, but clearly it comes after 70 kilometers of climbing. So I guess many riders will be almost at the end of their bars.
It also seems that the initial break, the 3 guys in the front are about to get
That's
caught.
half the race done.
Yeah,
There should be a lot more movement from now on in.
Senko and Martin for Tuanu, which are 74 and 78 mountain, and Kenneth for Flynn. And they have a small gap, 24 seconds, but I guess they will maintain it at the start of the down.
Blackquart yet again working with a dead rider.
Yeah, even yeah, it's 70 mountain, which are 83 downhill. So actually, is the best downhill.
Oh yeah. But right before the downhill, he was clearly dead. Now he's going to recover some energy.
Yeah, I guess now they behind. They are stopped. Ahead, they have stopped too. So I guess situation will come together in the next kilometers. I don't think on the downhill, but on the path we will have a full group.
Yeah, definitely. As the difference is now only 15 seconds, and Shadow is keeping the pace behind to avoid the gap to grow, and they're probably going to merge, like you said, in the flat part. So, Pixel, anything going on in Group B right now?
Nothing has changed since the last 5 minutes. We have
Alright,
a smaller game. Yeah,
it's still the 2-man breakaway, right?
Yes, it's still the 2 man. So I don't know. You can stay, but I'd suggest to switch to my group in like 10 minutes because we're approaching the second to last climb then. So
We'll move there. Now, I wouldn't say in 10 minutes, a little bit sooner, but for now, yes, we will stay with Group A and see what happens with this 3-man break. Right now, no more than 30 seconds, give or take. Everyone just gently pacing down the downhill to avoid giving them a gap. I think Shadow might be the one trying to close this afterwards. Maybe even Blackboard. He's been very.
Shadow actually has the most riders because
Yeah,
he still got his
now he's
75
really-
flat.
And now the pace is being increased by him as the downhill is getting to an end.
Yeah, we are actually at the end of the downhill, and now flat part until the start of the second climb. Let's say Brennett Pass.
Yeah, which
is
is
actually the most real climb, but
yeah. And there goes the break is over, and with that we will move to Group B for a few minutes and see how the situation is going.
yes, for sure. We have the break still, who has about 2 minutes for now, but we are in the downhill right now to the second to last climb, so the action will start soon here. I hope at least.
Yes, it will start in 10 kilometers, which are in downhill, so it should be pretty soon. We have Swaxton right now and Nathan with their guys positioned in the front. Swaxton seems to be the one putting a little bit of pace in the downhill.
Yes, like the whole stage pretty much. Nathan, they're both pacing. Yeah, we will arrive to climb in 5 kilometers as it says in the top.
Yeah, around 2 minutes, which I think will definitely be closed in this second to last climb.
Yeah, you can just see in the chat, like everyone's complaining about that the stage is so boring. Why don't you attack them? Why don't you do something if you think it's boring? Do something yourself.
Everyone just hope someone makes the first move. It's like
Yes.
you are trying to get a girl, and you complain because actually you don't know how to do the first step. That's
You're completely right.
Yeah.
You're completely right.
Tutur might be the one actually that has the more fresh 74 mountain guy here actually.
Yeah, but he sacrificed one rider. He killed one rider.
When he gets caught, he's probably gonna be in a good place with the 74. And there goes Leo with three guys. Leo Faladri
With the
attacking with 3 guys.
78 mountain. So his second best rider. That's interesting now. With 2 weaker guys. And Kingmaker is doing a high pace.
Yeah, with 2 3-man trains. I assume one is obviously the leader.
Yes.
I don't know if the other one. I don't know who.
Just pacing. I think it seems like it's just
pacing. It's pacing. One train for the 82, one train for the 78. Swaxon playing it smart, keeping the leader a little bit behind, using those 4 men right now to keep in contact. Let's see what he does with them in a little bit. But
I don't really understand. Like, yeah, perfectly. That's what I wanted to say. Kingmaker should just let it go with a second train, so the others have to relay. But he killed the move himself.
And there we go. Swaxon closing it really quick without spending energy with his leader, which he kept behind and made sure that the guys working would still maintain the leader within that gap. So perfectly well played by the Brit.
As it's 1 minute still, so the 74 mountain guy is just cruising along. I expect. Well, he lost some energy. He's losing some energy. I think he will be going around 75 because there were some attacks and he still has 1.5 minutes. So he goes 75 80 even.
He was pretty much on the wheel of his domestic for the entire stage until the actual climb started. So I expect him to be. good on the energy department. Leo definitely trying to, but Kingmaker says denied. Let's see if they join or if Yadagani just gonna close it.
Yeah, he's just trying to close Leo's moves. Nothing else. I expect some domestics to go out the back on this
Such
climb.
percentages that the strongest can
Everyone
create some
with the
gas.
and now the Kingmaker finally joins, and I think with his leader indeed.
They are gone indeed. That's awesome to see.
Kingmaker is one of those that definitely needs to try and get something out of this stage. Let's see if it's too soon or not. They are about to catch the lowly man who has been in the front for most of the stage. But Swaxon also
is going.
ramping up the pace. Let's see if he can.
He's going for it. Look, they got the gap. They got the gap.
He got the gap, but Leo immediately responding to the Brit with Bardet.
Oh, is this Kingmaker's leader isolated right now? I'm not sure, but it looks like Kingmaker's leader isolated.
No, yeah.
No, it's not. He has his leader even up to what I thought.
No. His leader is on E1.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah. My bad.
Leo trying to get a gap for himself here. It did look like that.
For the 78 for a second leader, I'm losing a bit of overview. It's a bit chaotic, but it's a small group. Like most of the people only have 3 riders left.
Yeah.
So it was really hard pace.
18 riders left. Latour.
There's a gap. Let's just.
Oh! It's Nathan, but he gets back quickly.
Yeah, let's just see if there's a gap, or I think it will get back together. And as we're on the downhill, we can go back to Group A. I think nothing much will happen here.
Yes, climb is done, and while the downhill happens, we move back to Group A. Grassi, how's been going there?
Okay, here we have a break of 8 men. Tuanu, as maybe though there was much collaboration with him, tried to attack, but now Flynn and Shadow have bridged the gap with him. We are on the final part of Brenner Pass, so at the end of this section, we will have actually the downhill and then the Passo di Montegiove. And behind, there has been an attack with Blackwood and his whole team. Trying to
team attack!
He gets already 33 seconds, and it's Yanu who is pacing, but he's done. He's got the gap with his helpers. So actually, he have to stop, and this will be at advantage for Blackwood because
I have to say, this group has been an absolute joy to watch. A lot of action. Group B has been far more calm, or as people like to say, full of rats.
Well, until now there hasn't been so much moves in reality, but now it seems like things are going to spice up.
Yeah,
because Blackboard is pacing really hard. Behind Yanu isn't chasing that hard, so Blackboard get 1 minute gratis, almost for free, and the advantage is growing up. Is still growing up. 1 minute and 10 seconds now.
The big question is, can he take advantage of that 3 minutes?
Well, I guess he could if someone doesn't in the first part of the climb. But at the moment, Blackwood is using is a weakest rider on mountain.
Can I just say quickly, we were on the last climb and Leo went clear with his leader. Leo went clear with his leader in Group B as we just started the final climb. So
okay, we're moving to Group B. We are moving to Group B. Leo Falandri goes all out.
Yeah, he has a minute.
50 seconds advantage, about to become 1 minute indeed, and it is. And,
I can tell you from experience, it could be the winning move, as behind, maybe the people will just look at each other. And look, that's what's happening. They're just looking at each other. They're not winning.
Just looking at each other, and the hesitation here is what always decides if an attack will be successful or not, and they hesitated.
Yes, like... I think maybe it's over, maybe not. Because
How much advantage he got?
141 for Leo.
He's arrived. He's going to the finish.
Yeah,
it looks like it.
I'm pretty sure he's going through as Tutu is pacing though.
Tutu is now pacing.
Yeah, but he won't pace forever. He won't do it forever. Like for now, yes, because he needs to win.
2 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's gone.
Tutu attacks.
Tutu needs to attack. Tutu needs to win to get through, and I think Guy also needs to win. So they two need to go together now.
Yeah, we have the two going together. The Brits and Kingmaker just following at their own pace. I don't know if this is going to work out well for them, but it's a big climb.
I'm just searching the results so I can look. Yeah, Guy, Tutu, and Kingmaker need to win, I think. Get through.
I think Swaxton and I don't know Kingmaker. You said Kingmaker needs to.
Yes. I think Kingmaker and Tutu need to win.
Okay, so those three need to win. I can understand why Swaxton and Nathan are not worried about Leo because he already has good points. It would be good for them if he stole those first place points.
I'm sorry if I have to interrupt, but here the race is definitely spicing up. Blackboard gained 1 minute and 50 on the group, and now from the group Tuanu has emerged, and he got 25 seconds now, while Flynn also is trying to get the gap. And behind now there are Raul and Shadow who are pacing, and Yanu is a bit on trouble because he's trying to spare the most energy he can, but is risking to drop from the actual peloton. And the race is actually breaking up because Blackboard now is ahead with these three best men on mountains. Shadow is chasing with basically his helpers, even if Tuanu now joins him and starts pacing with his leader, Carapaz.
Okay, sorry. Now I will be the one to interrupt. Kingmaker made a move for it, and he has Leo on his sights, and the gap suddenly starts to fall.
Yes, I'd say go to be as we're on the last climb. So this is the deciding race situation. So Latour is just going past Leo's last helper. So these two on front, and he has, I think, a gap about a minute. So he's also likely to do it. So because behind they set up.
And here goes Christopher Froome. Let's see if he's gonna just increase space or try to go for it.
Swaxton should be worried. Swaxton should be worried as he's losing this race right now. I think if Kingmaker gets second, he could lose this race.
Yeah, he's definitely worried, and we'll be sticking with Group B until the end, obviously, as we are in the decisive moments of the race. And I see that there was Guille was following Swaxton. Was that correct? Yes, he was.
Yeah, Swaxton and Guy have about 50 seconds to the front. I still think that Leo has the most energy, and he will go over the top as first. And Kingmaker is trying to sit up for a bit.
But the gap is not as big as it once was, and it's starting to fall.
Oh, Kingmaker's dead. Kingmaker's dead already. It's free to go.
Leo ramps up the pace. Swaxton passes Kingmaker. I mean, gets to him and will pass him. That's what matters to him. He doesn't care if Leo wins or not. He's fine if he gets to second place.
Kingmaker completely miscalculated this. He's done so early. He completely miscalculated it.
And here we have Nathan, Guille, and who's the other French in this group? Tutur, yes.
We can say Kingmaker will go out. He will not. Swaxton is dead. Swaxton is dead.
Oh.
Nathan is the second best. I think these two will go through. I can tell.
Nathan is attacking.
Guys, sorry. Disasters are happening on the second to last climb. But basically, everyone has just their leader. Everyone is basically down to their leader, apart from Raul and Tuanu. Basically, I just witnessed the most epic climb, and it was the second to last. And actually, Raul did a fucking work to get back to the people ahead, while Shadow and Yanu tried the
This
a more
downhill.
conservative approach,
And
I don't know if this can actually work because actually if
final
they come
downhill.
back,
Sorry to interrupt you. Final downhill. Leo Falandri
Yeah,
has the advantage. Tutur is attacking to follow. Nathan is already catching up, and Swagston desperately trying to keep himself alive after struggling with Froome for quite
I
a
need to
while. There.
calculate.
That was a
Um,
shocking,
The finish line is getting
shocking
close. The
event. Seeing
riders have just
Swagston
passed the
struggle
50
that way.
kilometers road
If
time.
Tutu gets second
The riders
and
are in a push of about 10%.
Nathan third, I think Swagson is out. But Nathan is getting a gap on Tutu, I think. It's so close. Oh my god, it's so fun. I love this downhill.
Everyone
It's so close.
is dead. Everyone is dead
my
at
God.
this point and waiting for another section of downhill. Leo seems to have the stage one. Swagston desperately trying to reach these two. Nathan might be his safeguard here if he actually managed to steal a second place.
Tutu gets third. I don't think he will go through because he was too far behind. So I think he has to. He has to get Nathan through because he's just killing himself. He has to
Yeah,
get
and
Nathan through for a relay,
Nathan-
and Nathan is
The
just
team
wheel
leader
sucking.
is falling behind.
Yeah, Nathan just putting himself in his wheel, not doing much. Now he goes a little bit to the front, but let's see how much he's willing to spend.
Hello.
Yeah,
Just to the finish.
Hello.
Attack by Geraint
Yeah.
Thomas.
We are having some drama here
We're
as
into
Leo
the last
Falandri
5
is
kilometers.
about
Leo
to seal
will
that
win.
win.
Leo will win, and I don't know. Tutu has to get second to get through.
This is a fight that matters. Tutu
It's so
Nathan.
close. It's so close, and
Nathan is
Nathan gets the
attacking.
jump.
Nathan is attacking.
Attack
Oh
by
Tutu
my!
can't follow.
Geraint Thomas.
Can he steal it? Can he steal it to Leo?
Tutu can't follow. Oh no, that's a hard break. Because if Tutu gets third and Swagston
Finishing line
fourth,
is
it's
at the bottom of the
Swagston, Nathan, and
slope. It's the
Leo
final
through.
moment of
Yeah, but
excitement.
Leo goes
There goes the sprint. The strong
comfortably.
man
Sorry
out
for the
getting
win, and there he goes,
Leo
raising his
gets
arm.
first.
The stage is his, and Nathan saves Swagson's ass. Tutu
Yes.
is third. Swagson is fourth.
The tail end
Wow,
Yes.
is
that
still coming
was
in.
some dramatic ending there. Guille is out. I think Tutur is also out, and Kingmaker
Yes.
is out. They finished
Tutu
fifth.
should get
who
fourth.
passed in group
Group A, let's go to Group A, guys. Quickly, Group A, because things were falling apart. What happened since then, Grassi?
Yeah,
Yeah, we have Tuanu, Blackwood, and Filin ahead in the first part of Passo del Rumbo, but I guess they're going really fast because actually they miss still 20 kilometers. And behind, Yanu and Raul and Shadow have still helpers. Shadow had 3 riders. It was the only one with 3 riders, so actually he kept them really well. And now Flynn make
The riders are going through a
Yates
very tough
join
portion
ahead.
with percentages
So he can,
above 10%.
he can use his
A rider
help
has just
on
thrown
for
in the
some
towel.
kilometers. We're 37 kilometers to go. And the first group, so it's still composed by Flynn, Blackwood, and Tuanu. And now also Blackwood as with his leader. So Tuanu is the only one who is still alone after he was the only one with the helper at the start of the climb. Yanu just bridged the gap back, and now Flynn is trying to go away from this group.
Oh, Leo is trying to shoot.
Shadow and Raul are trying to bridge the gap, but
Oh,
if they
Shadow is
don't know
alone.
now, if they don't know now, I guess it will be end for them. But they will do actually.
Flynn definitely tried to do what Leo did in the other group, but he was not allowed. And there's still someone with 2 men there. Who is it?
Yeah, Raul is the only one with 2 men, and
No,
also
in the front it
Blackwood
was Blackheart, but that's over.
just lost his man, even if now they're stopping.
All right.
Nieve seems to be really no.
How-
It was it seems it was really fresh. But
We can now
actually-
confirm that the bank will be winning some money as Hull did not do a team attack.
Yeah. That's
Oh, there goes Tuanu. There goes Tuanu.
And Tuanu goes again. Tuanu is trying desperately to win the stage because he's actually last in classification. And now Raul is going. If he manages to get up, but he doesn't.
There goes Flynn taking advantage of that little bit of flat.
Flynn sacrificed himself to avoid Raul will got a gap.
Super
Now
brave.
the situation is really hard to say because we have the final part of the climb, which is actually really long, almost 10 kilometers, and it'll be hard for riders to keep
Raul
up.
might be on a very good position here, as he's going to be the last one losing his helper.
Yeah, yeah. Raul actually has had the helper for the longest time.
Yeah,
I guess
indeed.
he's trying to attack now.
Yeah.
He's trying to force, and he got a gap just before Nieve died. But Shadow is really fast and moves onto his wheel.
And
Jennings from
as
Blackboard
the
is dead.
domestics die, everyone now is solo. 6-man fight
Yeah.
up the final hill.
Now 5 kilometers
Hello,
until
climb, sorry.
the finish. 5 kilometers to the finish of the climb, and Raul has got a gap, and no one seems to be pacing really hard to chase him. Now,
The big question
Janu,
is, can they? Because he seemed to be the guy that had most energy.
I don't think they will. I mean, unless Raul has miscalculated his energies, and this can happen because actually climb is really long.
Quick interruption.
You have not-
Quick interruption, Grassi. Sorry. We have
Sorry.
Group B results confirmed. Leo wins 265. Nathan second 230. Swaxon third 140. These are the first finalists. Then Gia 1-5, Tutor 1-3, and Kingmaker 73 points in last place. Back to the stage.
British into the final. Let's see if the third will join
Can
them.
Flynn do it? Let's see.
Raul actually has gone and he has almost 1 minute, and Yanu is the only one who is pacing, who is trying to do something to get into.
There's not much more climb there. He's about to pass in first, and if he does, stage might be.
Shadow again on the attack. Now the hardest part of the climb is just finished. And Yanu is almost dead. And now after the tunnel, climb will be much more easy. Blackboard is in big trouble, and Blackboard has ended his energies, so Blackboard is officially out of contention.
He's out, and let's see what Flynn and Tuanu.
I think also Carapaz will be soon dropped. In fact, Raul just finished his energies on the end of the climb, and so I guess he's going to win the stage unless Shadow and Yanu finds out.
Shadow and Yanu are going to be fighting for the second place. That's still a lot of points there. I don't know the classification here.
I guess they will be also. These three will be the finalists. Yeah, I can guess they will be the finalists. Flynn is still trying to bridge the gap on this little climb.
Desperately tried that little, in this little climb, but he cannot do it, and he's not going to get there, and it's over.
Gets dropped again, and so we actually have the finalists. Yes, because Raul is going to win for sure this race.
No, yeah, that seems in the back.
And the Shadow are going to be second and third, according to who arrives first at the finish.
Who wins the sprint? Yeah, it's over for Flynn for the top three. I don't know the classification. I don't know if this is the end for him, but that's not looking good.
Flynn and Tuanu and Blackwood were the last three also in general classification.
Oh, definitely it's over for them.
As the first three are already ahead of them and will take the most points, I guess the classification will be defined.
Yeah. It seems we have found our 6 finalists, and the last 3 being here Yanu, Shadow, and Raul.
I guess Yanu will be second ahead of Shadow.
We'll see how that sprint goes. But he's attacking. He's trying to reach the Spanish.
Now 9 seconds. 7 seconds. It will be.
Oh my!
Really
it's going to be dramatic.
Really close sprint, but Raul managed to win.
In the back. What
and
a
he's
class!
The first finalist.
And Yanu is going to lose it.
No, but
no.
He can overlap him.
Oh my, that was a dramatic, almost losing the second place there,
What
Tuanu,
a
but
stage! Actually, some gaps, some
yes,
big gaps.
an incredible
Blackmore
stage.
comes home with 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Guys, Flynn is first reserve. So if one drops out of the final, Flynn is first reserve.
Tuanu rage quit.
Wait, why? He passed, right?
No, Tuanu, no. Tuanu has rage quitted. Yanu, which is the one who is going to pass.
Oh, Yanu, yeah, sorry, yes, Yanu, yeah, very similar names. So we have a rage quit, and we have a fantastic win from Raul. We have Yanu almost losing that second place, but managing to grab over it. He did a brilliant try to catch Raul, but he didn't have the energy. It almost cost him, but he saved himself, and Shadow makes one gigantic comeback and also goes to the final. Congratulations to all of them.
It was an awesome lot of racing. It was awesome. I had so much fun tonight.
Okay,
it was
confirmed results for this group. Raul, leader, 230 points. Second place, Yanu, 195. Third place, Shadow, 178. Let's keep in mind that Shadow started the first stage in last place, then won the second stage, and now seals it, 178 points. Fourth place, Flynn, first reserve, 140 points. Fifth place, Twanu, 90. And sixth, Blackmore, 83. Pixel, you were saying? Pixel?
yes.
Yeah, you were saying?
I didn't say anything. I just want to repeat, Flynn is the first reserve. So, as always, I think he did it 2 or 3 times, and maybe we'll get some people for the interviews. I think Swexon is next, maybe.
Swexon, good night. That was drama, and Nathan, while doing his race, obviously, ended up saving your ass. Was that too close to call?
No, if Tutu got second, I was through.
Really?
It was. I got 140.
Yeah, it was enough.
103.
It was enough. I calculated wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, we had the best calculation here then. Everything was controlled then.
Yeah.
How was the race?
I mean, parts were pretty boring. I'm not going to lie. I think there was a lot of passiveness going on. Like, all of Guy says, "Oh, I'm so passive." I was made to look like one of the most aggressive players tonight, so he can stick one up his arse.
Some of our chat participants and even commentators were saying Group A is being a lot of fun. Group B is full of rats. What do you think about that?
I mean, there was definitely one. I think there was like a few guys who just a couple of guys who just weren't doing anything. Like, it was really bad. I think once it got to that stage, it was just going to be a tedious night, and the third stage just summed up everything. Like, it was just one of the worst stages of PCM. Not in terms of to play and to watch. It was to watch it as a spectacle. It was shit. But I think it was just one of those scenarios. It was I think, to be fair, for what I was hearing from Group A, it did sound a lot better. I think Group B, there was interesting moments in the first two, but nothing really came together.
Would you say that that you going through was easy to control, as you were hinting a few minutes ago? Did you feel that at any time that something could go wrong and that you would be with your passing at stake?
The first two races afterwards, I just thought, I'm not safe. I've got to mark. I literally had to mark 4 guys, because at that point, I thought Leo and Nathan were through. I was pretty sure, even they fuck it up, they were through. So actually, Leo going up the road early on the climb.
Yeah, I talked about that in the stream. I said as soon as I saw Leo go, well, this is perfect for Nathan and Swaxton.
It was. I mean, for Nathan, it didn't really Nathan was.
It didn't really matter, but for you, it was like gold over blue.
It was just perfect for me. It was, and I knew as soon as Leo had a big margin, he would win. So there's no doubt on it. I felt like if I went, I would have been marked. So Gile, I think Kingmaker tried on the last stage. Gile tried. They both died. And Actually, I think when Kingmaker went, I had to like pace like on the flat, which probably costed me more energy, but it had to be done because like that meant two of the guys were there. They were actually the two closest to me, so that was the case there. Q2 going up the and then yeah, Q2 went past. Like to be honest, it was more of a case of at that point, it's fine. I'm ahead of Gile. I'm ahead of Kingmaker. They're both out. And all I need to do, because I did recon the descent offline, and it wasn't a steep descent. So like any 99, I all need to do. If I need to go 99, I would just do it to like make sure.
What
Gile didn't
happened
catch
though? What exactly happened there with your energy on that last climb? Because
I had
at
to
one point,
pace on the flat, and Gile only came around for like 2 seconds. So in the end, I was having to like relay because Kingmaker was up the road. Now the issue was, if he went up the road and there was a 4-man sprint behind, it's a downhill sprint, it's PCM, I would have been gone. So I had to like pace a little bit just to control the gap. And then, yeah, it was just a case of like really like the two main guys went behind me. At that point, to be honest, at that point I wasn't like too concerned with like pacing any longer, just sitting the wheels. I was hoping I could make into that second group. It didn't happen, but yeah, in the end, it was okay. It was okay. I knew at that point, just keep Gile behind, and I'm through. And in the end, I did that with relatively ease.
Paxton, you're in the final. I'm sure you want to win it. Are you gonna own up to it and say, yes, I'm there to win. I want to win. I want to be one of the favorites. Or are you gonna say, we'll see?
I mean, if I mean, I'm not gonna go into the final thinking, oh, I'll just take anything. It's a blessing. I'm here. I do what like I'm in the final now. Why not? Like, there's a victory at stake. So of course I'm going to go for it. I will go. I do want to win. I mean, Leo says that's going to be like tough. Nathan's been very good, and I think we've got a lot of good opposition like Shadow, Yanu, Raul. Like Raul, like that second stage. It's like Raul aggressive stage. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried something.
Okay, so let me just ask you about something here, which is funny and dramatic at the same time. This has been definitely one interesting competition for us Brits because after the first round, there was only two of us left. Going into the third round, there were four of us. In the quarterfinals, I was out because I pressed the wrong button, and today Flynn had a dramatic ending for his race and is out. Still, you and Nathan advanced. Do you think that Great Britain can get two medalists?
Oh, absolutely. I genuinely believe we can medal, definitely. Hopefully we can get both on the podium. That's what would be the absolute dream. And hopefully one of us actually wins it. Like, there's absolute... That's got to be like... Well, at least as a community for PCM UK, we have to hope that one of us gets on the podium. That'd be like really good.
That would be awesome, and I hope the two of you can actually do it. Best of luck, Swagson, and I hope everything goes well to you in the final. Nathan?
Congratulations.
Hello, Nathan. Top-notch exhibition, second place, not that far from Leo. Tell us about your race.
It was pretty good, to be honest. First stage, it looked like it was going to be a bit sketchy, so over the mirror I was dropped from E1. I just about got on with about 3Ks to go. And at this point, E1 still had, well, it was probably about 5Ks to go, and E1 still had about 30 seconds on the group behind. So I had very little red left. I thought I was going to be screwed in the sprint, but thankfully they just completely sat up in E1. And behind I had my secondary sprinter and also the 76 cobble guy as well. So I could do a little bit of a lead out. Was still poorly positioned, to be honest, but because it was a headwind sprint, that sort of saved me. And then with the slipstream sort of came through, just about got it on the line. I think Leo died literally 100 meters from the line, otherwise he would have won it. So that was a good start. Stage 2.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, stage 2 was pretty fun race actually. There was quite a lot of attacks, quite a lot going on. I tried something with about 15Ks to go with my puncher, which meant he didn't really have the energy for the final climb. So I kind of had to go for my climber, and then misclicked with about 1.5Ks to go, trying to lead him out with the secondary climber. Accidentally put him on 76 rather than 99, which wasn't ideal. But so I had to sort of hit a sprint and then go down to 95 my climber and just sort of lead him out on his own. Still managed to get second though behind Leo. Leo was quite comfortable there. So that was good. So it was looking good going into the last stage. I knew I just had to beat the guy in fourth. I think it was Gil. Or just not come last. And nothing happened the entire stage pretty much until the last climb. And then Leo attacked at the bottom and no one went after him. And he had 2-minute cap. So at that point I just sat at the back and waited. And then just let everyone else die one at a time really.
You had like, if I'm recalling correctly, 2 wins and 1 second place. Am I correct here?
2 seconds and 1 win.
2 seconds and 1 win. It makes it sound easy. Was it that easy for you overall?
It's never easy. Like the sprints could go so different on stage 1. The final climb, everyone's there at the end. But after those first 2 results, the last stage was probably quite easy because there wasn't really that much I had to do. There was no real stress because at that point I was, pretty much a foot in the final. Especially when Leo went up.
I'm sorry. I'm definitely having the indication here that you did win the first stage, at least in the scoreboard that I'm seeing. Was it that indeed you, or if not, who did?
Yeah, the first stage was me in the sprint.
Yeah, it was Nathan.
You won the first. Oh yeah, one first and 2 seconds. That is correct. On the other hand, we had Swagson that did not achieve 1 single win, but managed to control the race good enough to pass. What do you think of Swagson's performance tonight?
Be nice.
For the first 2 stages, there was a lot of the action was coming from me, Swagson, and Leo, really. So I think it was quite deserved that we were the top 3 going into the final stage. And then, again, as soon as Leo went up the road, that was ideal for Swagson as well, because at that point, the only threat to him was also Gil. So he just, sat and waited until it was the right opportunity. Did a bit of work early on, but he didn't have to do too much either on that last stage. So I think that was, in the end, fairly relaxed for him.
All right. Now you're in the final. I know I have to ask the same thing I asked to Swagson. What mentality heading into it? Oh, I'm glad to be here, or fuck this shit. What will be? I'm going to win it. I want to be one of the favorites. I want gold.
I think it's a final. You never know what's going to happen. I don't think that you can have a favorite, but to be honest, when you get to this final, it's going to be small margins. It's going to be little things like if the top 3 are all really tight going onto the final stage, then someone else might be able to steal a win and go straight into a medal, because the other 3 are going to be looking at each other and not wanting to work for each other. So,
but you are going with the intentions of winning, I assume, like everyone else.
Of course. I know. Second stage, I'll probably at this sort of level probably doesn't suit me too well. But the first and the third, I think I've got a shot. So we'll see how it goes.
$1 million question right now. Can we have 2 Brits in the podium in Classics?
I think we definitely can. I don't know. I wouldn't be, putting a lot of money on it or anything because it's Classics and it's a final.
Yes,
and you just never know how it's going to play out.
And there's a lot of quality players there, indeed.
Exactly. I don't see a reason why neither of us can get a medal. And so there's no reason why we, both can't get a medal at the same time. So we'll have to wait and see how it plays out.
All right. Congratulations to both of you guys on such good performances and on being on the final. Best of luck to you both.
Congratulations. You played awesome. You both.
Thank you.
All right. As we prepare to close the stream, I want to remind everyone that we will be back for the Tour Semifinals solo Wednesday. same time as usual, obviously. In the meantime, one quick reminder as well that the finalists for Classics on Wednesday, as you can see on the screen, are indeed Leo Falandri, Raul, Yanu, Nathan, Swaxon, and Shadow. Pixel, sorry. Quick comment on what we've seen tonight. What do you think of these two groups and of these 6 finalists? Did the right people win?
Yes, I gotta say yes. Like I didn't really look too much at Group A, but I heard from the sayings that it was the right people who went through. And for Group B, I can say I have to say I would have loved to see Tutu going through because he was the most aggressive and he was attacking all the time. So I would have loved to see him go through, but I think in the end the strongest one. So Leo, Nathan, and Swaxon were the strongest. Swaxon with a bit of luck, but at least Leo and Nathan, they were so dominant. They are there, and one of these two will get the gold medal. I'm telling it. Leo Falandri or Nathan will get the gold.
My big question to you: how do you feel you would have done if you had the chance to play this semifinal?
I hope I would have gotten more points than Blackwall and not would have gotten last.
Okay.
I don't know. Like it was aggressive racing. I think I'm not the best at aggressive racing, so around Blackwall and Tonu maybe. I don't know. So let's not talk about it. It's over for me. It's away in my head. It's not there anymore. I went out the third round.
Same for me. I actually went out into a round by pressing W instead of Q. I don't think I'll ever forget that, but now it's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, it's like we'll have our chances in the next PC. So
yeah, sure.
Yes.
So we are going to close the stream. One last reminder: we will be back in 2 days with the semifinals of the tour. I want to thank everyone that was here. Phil Pixel, obviously, Francesco Grassi, our director Mea, everyone else I may be forgetting, and naturally everyone in the chat. We couldn't be doing this without all of you. Thank you, guys. Meanwhile, there will be more action tomorrow. It will not be in the IMA stream. Look for your favorite streamers. You know where to find them. I hope to see you all here back on Wednesday. Have a good night.
See you.